Hey, so today I want to talk about lighting on location. I'm a huge ProPhoto strobe user. The B1s are kind of my go-to on location. They're great, battery operated. I know they have the B10s now, a little bit smaller, a little more compact, but my B1s work great, and until they don't work great anymore, I'm not going to upgrade to that. But anyway, I had a Doc Martin shoot a couple weeks back. I needed to shoot video and stills at the same time, so I needed to come up with some lighting that would work so I could go very quickly from one to the other, video to stills, back and forth, because it's a very run and gun fashion lifestyle shoot for them. So I bought this little NANLITE Forza 60 that I wanted to use a V-mount battery with, to add a little edge light here and there. Portland, Oregon this time of year, not the greatest weather, can't bank on sunlight at all, so I knew I was going to have to create a lot of this light that I wanted, a little edge, that kind of thing. And it was freezing cold when we shot this thing, so thanks to the models for putting up with it, because it was freezing out there. But anyway, this light worked great, and I thought I would show you guys how I rigged it up to work with the V-mount battery, so the assistant could just run in, hand hold it, and be very mobile with it, because we were just running and gunning on the street and moving super quickly from one spot to the next with changing talent and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd show you how I do that lighting. I got some examples. I think I'm going to look back at some of the imagery that I'll put up there where I had it on, where I didn't have it on, and then some tests, and then show you how it works again, a couple little examples. But this light works great, the NANLITE Forza 60. I've been using it on other shoots since then, and I love the little thing. It's small, compact, works great. So let's take a look at the setup. All right, so here is the Forza, the NANLITE Forza 60 in a nice case that it comes with. I do like my cases, and way things are packed good. It's really nice and compact inside. Everything's really separated, foam, good. It's all really nice. Shoulder strap if you need it. But this light is so nice and compact. Pull the things out here. Reflector, the light, little inverter, and the power cord that comes with it. We don't need this. They've got a little safety guard in front of the LED light. They put a little push down here, get rid of that. A little small Bowen mount, which works really good. And this light is really nice and compact. I mean, it's small enough that I could stick it in one of my camera bags, and it would be fine in there and not bring that to really compact, you know, not bring as many cases with me as I normally do. So it's nice to just be able to shove this thing into a camera bag and you'd be ready to go. And it's got a V-mount on this as well, that you can mount this onto this little rig they make. They make a little V-mount rig for, which I didn't really care for how it was used or how it was designed, so I kind of created my own and to make this whole thing work. But overall, this light has power settings from 100 down to whatever it is. You can vary the power. We'll look at that once we get it all rigged out. But great little light. Actually went into the camera store, ProPhoto Supply, to look for something. This little guy was on sale, which made it even nicer. Picked it up. Wasn't too sure how well I would like it or how well it would work, but this little guy is great, and it puts out a great amount of power. I like to shoot on the wide open range anyway, so I don't need it to put out a ton of light. So it's great. I really do like it. So now let's take a look at all the components I used to set up this little rig to make it so it could go on the fly for this location shoot I was doing. And so I'll get all the components together, and then I'll link them all in the comments below as to what all the little parts I used to make this work. So let's get a look at all the components we need to put this together. First off, we have the light. Then we got a Manfrotto monopod, a NICEYRIG V-mount plate, a SMALLRIG little super clamp, the D-tap power cord to power it up, the V-mount battery, lithium-ion battery with a D-tap on it. You need a little stud that goes into the end of the monopod so you can mount the light to that. Then you'll need a little wrench just to mount the little plate on there, tighten it up. I highly recommend having one of these little guys with all the different Allen wrench sizes, because these, for some reason, every nut they make on these Allen wrenches are all of different sizes. So metric, standard, you've got to have a couple of those things. So Allen wrenches to have around all the time are great. Then you can use also the photogenic ion battery powered one that has the outlets. If you want to use that, you can use that as well, but then you'll need to bring back in their power cord and their unit to make this work. So I don't recommend using that, but you can with this one, but it's so much cleaner with just having the V-mount battery, and the cord makes everything really small and compact. Again, this is for shooting on location really quick. So these are the little components I got. This goes together okay. It's not the best mount, what I was looking for, but what I found quickly to work, this little system here worked pretty good. So I'll assemble all of this now and show you what it looks like. All right, so here's the setup with the battery on the V-mount plate and the little SMALLRIG super clamp, the D-tap cord plugged right in the back of the power outlet of the light, and power up and you're good to go. Like I said before, there's a variator on the back here to dim the light. If you take it 50% down from full, that's 2 stops. You can take it all the way down to 1%. And there's a few special effects on the back of this light as well. You got a flash, a couple different flashing things, storm, bad TV, a bad bulb, and then off with the effects. I used it with a little bit of a warming gel on there. It came out, when I color metered it, at 47,000 degrees Kelvin, almost 48. And then with the monopod, you can reach out, use this thing to extend for the assistant to put it wherever you want. And that worked really good. It's not too heavy. The battery makes it a little bit heavy, but not too bad. And it's 8 feet away from the subject, full power. I got f8 at ISO 400 at a 50th of a second. So it's pretty bright. So it works really good. I used it bare bulb with I gelled it a little bit to make it a little bit warmer light out there. A little more sunlight, afternoon sunlight feel to it when I was using it. But that's the setup. It's a nice little rig, easy to use, on the go, on the fly, worked really quick, easy in, didn't have to disassemble it, just threw it in the back of the car, and we moved on to the next spot. So hopefully it's a rig you might check out, worked good for me. Let's take a look at some of the images and how it worked now, show you some of the samples, the shots, and take a look at that. All right, so in this shot, you can see my assistant in the upper left-hand corner there. We're setting up the shot now. And then we turn on the light, and you can see how it nice edges the guy underneath this bridge where we were shooting, where there was no light, but open shade behind me. Obviously cropped out the light for the final shot. On this shot on the stairs here, we had the gal sitting, catching a little edge on her face, but no light really on the product, so we added a little kick of fill, feathered that in, gave a nice light on the product, opened up the stairs a little bit as well, so that worked out really good there. On this shot, I wanted to add a little edge on the side of her, so we popped that in, and then you can see without, popped it back in, and here's a little video work of where we brought in edge light onto the shoe for a little bit of the video work that we were doing as well. This shot in open shade, no light direction at all when I shot it, so pumped in the light to create that sunlight feel. The light is super versatile. You can bounce it off of a fill card if you want to soften it out, diffuse it if you want as well. Super versatile, like I said, it's great light. So here's a little bit of the video that we shot, a little 60-second video I put together really quick, and take a look at that as well. All right, so I hope you like looking at some of the imagery from the shoot and seeing this setup of this little rig with the NANLITE Forza 60. Hopefully it's something you can use, a little tool for when you're shooting or whatever. Hope you liked it, and till next time, I'm out.